Hey, everybody. Okay. They're going to mix it with Biggie. It was all a dream. The American dream. Yeah, it's a nightmare. Hate to tell ya. And I've been saying this, and people around me say, oh, you're crazy. It is not that. And I'm just going to say this, because I come from just the middle class background. It's easy for people to say that when your life is on easy street. Oh, you got a trust fund. All you have to do is wake up in the morning and the money is there. Can be the biggest failure in life. Every business you've had has failed. The money is there. So, of course, they're going to have a different outcome than a person like me who's had to work and invest. But yeah, it's all a scam. It's all a dream. It is. The American dream, child, it's a dream, what they say, and then you woke up. Welcome to the nightmare. Look on the screen. It says government rescues, do they strangle competition? Yes, I agree. Okay. And this is how I want to say, and again, this is my commentary. We can agree to disagree. Hey, we're adults. We can do that. We are mature. I can disagree with you and still love you. It's all good. Government rescues, do they struggle competition? Heck yeah, they do. A lot of people, when you're in that hamster wheel, you don't have time. Sometimes entertainment, you're trying to work and trying to make it. And oh my gosh, I'm tired. I want to hear about anything serious. Can I just watch a movie and I can chill and not think because I'm tired and I'm stressed? And I get it. Get off it just a little bit. See things a little bit differently. So as we know, just like they did, what was it? In the S&L, those savings and loan, the banks gave out all those rich white businessmen that money and they didn't qualify for them, but the bank gave it to them. Yeah, and then they didn't pay the loan back, and then the taxpayers topped in. Remember how they saved Wall Street? Never saved Main Street. And remember how they saved SWV? SVB, not SWV. I love the group, by the way. But they saved SVB. Andrew Ross Sorkin, I believe he wrote a book, but it wasn't about SVB in particular. Too big to fail, banks, too big to fail. I'm sorry to tell you, I came across some information. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the CHIT, the chit is fixed. And a lot of people are starting to wake up to it. So they just bailed out, and this report here, this news on the show, the guest was saying that the bailouts came in the 80s, that in the 60s and 70s, if a bank failed, you were on your own. There was no safety net. But see, now we have lobbyists. And I believe, of course, people at the top, they're going to go ahead and, get their interest over. They're going to lobby. AK, you got your checkbook today? You understand? So they bailed out SVB. Now, they're talking about the banks are going to go ahead and start tightening the lending. Well, first of all, if you sit, the ones at the top don't need a loan. These folks know how to run game. Or I'm going to run a business. It's making a lot of money. I'm going to go ahead and get a loan. Then, I'm going to forgive the loan. And you know what that means? That means, as I forgive the loan, they're going to forgive the debt. Bye-bye. But that person got the money and gone. So we know about how they operate. We get it. We get it. So check this out. They bailed out SVB. And that's why I say it's fixed, because if you look at what I'm about to tell you, which some of you already know, have an opinion, this is how you can determine the outcome. This is how you can determine generational wealth. What is politics? As I was taught in poli-sci, it is the study of who gets what. What is politics? The study of who gets what. What was SVB? They decide who get what, who gets bailed out. Now check this out. So now they're saying it's going to be a new issue, where the banks are going to tighten down on that credit, tighten down on lending. Well, if you're at the top of your list, you don't need a loan. The small business owners, they need loans. They need access to capital. Minorities really do, small business owners, they need loans. Women businesses. Regular people, middle class, need loans, access to capital. So here it says, So don't forget they're saying the banks are going to now crunch down on, kind of tighten up that lending. It's going to make it very hard to get those loans. So what does that tell you? The ones that need the loans the most are not going to get it. Ergo, you're not going to get bailed out. But at the top, they bail them out. We're going to go ahead and discuss two things that's unpleasant. And the last thing, I began to realize I've heard about it and I've seen some things and I've heard people talk, people that have money that I could only dream of, people that sit their butts on yachts, like on that show. What is that? The show Succession. People like on the show Billions. They have all these different homes outside the country. Yeah, we've been sold a can of BS. So check this out. This says small business employment. Tighter credit standards, slow hiring. What? Tighter credit standards, slow hiring. Small businesses comprise the majority of companies in the U.S., with 75% of employees working for establishment with fewer than 250 employees. These small firms are the backbone of the American economy, generating innovation, growth, and jobs. Small businesses have been especially hurt by the tighter lending standards that resulted from the financial crisis. One more time. Small businesses have been especially hurt by the tighter lending standards that resulted from the financial crisis. Tighter lending negatively impacts small business operations, expansion opportunities, and hiring because small businesses do not have access to the alternative forms of funding available to larger firms. Small businesses can't lobby. They can't get in trouble and call 1600 Pennsylvania Street. Isn't that what Kenneth Lay did, they said? So let's get it straight. Let's understand. SVB, they knew the bank was closing. Me, when I heard about that, I had a question. I called up somebody who's worked in banking, and I said, I want to know. As a matter of fact, we had lunch. I want to know, when would they know that this was happening? The person said within 30 days. Oh, so SVB knew within 30 days this was going to happen, that the feds were coming knocking. And then how convenient the day, or I think the morning of, or a few days before, they started to go ahead and sell that stock. They tried to sell a stock to other VCs. That didn't work. Then those guys started shorting it. And then they started giving themselves what? They started giving themselves bonuses. Bonuses. And there was all this talk about if there's going to be funding, they should go ahead and claw back those stock sales and the bonuses. They should claw it back. But I've heard the talk. I checked, and maybe they have, but I haven't seen anything, any proof that they have clawed back those bonuses. You let a bank fail and you get $3 million in stock, over $3 million in stock, and then get bailed out. It's their fault the bank failed. And then get bailed out. And as a result, we got to tighten the belt. Hey, small businesses, why are you going to tighten the credit standards? That's going to slow innovation, growth, and jobs. Small businesses have been especially hurt by the tighter lending standards. So you're tightening up on the little guy that's trying to make something happen, but the few rich at the top, they have a parachute. That's how I see it. So if you look at that, sometime your circumstance got off the hamster wheel for a few minutes. It's already been determined. Let's talk about Wall Street. We know it's rigged. There's a book out there. The guy was on Wall Street for 20 years, I believe. He wrote the book. It's rigged, and I believe it's rigged. Let's talk about that. And I think it was Diana Prince. I think it was my girl, Diana Prince. If it's not you, my bad. She made a comment about that's how you know they don't. And I've always said that they don't want other people to get rich. If you're not already rich, they don't want you to get rich. And I totally agree with that. Oh my gosh, Heck yeah, I agree with it. They don't want you to get rich. They really don't. So all this you can be what you want to be is all a dream. It's a scam. They selling you like a pimp dream. A pimp, and see what you're going to do. Case in point. And she said, Wall Street is a good example. Yes. If you're not already rich, I agree with her in my opinion. I don't think they want you to get rich. Hell to the no. They already said the Americans are sitting flush with cash. It's too much cash sitting in their accounts. They can see your money. Guess what? Newsflash. They can see your trades. They can see what the retail investor has been doing. So let's check this out. It's going to get kind of ugly, kind of nasty, but it's reality because it really pissed me off. So check this out. They can see the money bank accounts. They've been saying Americans are flush with cash. All the money just sitting there. They can see your trades, believe it or not. They can see what the retail investor has been doing. You think? They can see it. They can see what the retail investor has been doing. Have you noticed? The governments will bail out the big banks. Okay, you got me? Follow me. The government will bail out the big banks, but not the small business. They don't care if you're, in my opinion, you sink or swim. Hell, it's on you. But they will bail out the big guys. And as that Diana Prince said in her comment, it's evident by the stock market. Exactly, because you know what they already said? They are tracking you. What did they say? And I said it because they were saying, hey, during the pandemic, a lot of these young people, they took that money, the stimulus money, and some of them were living at home, had roommates. They took that money and started to invest. During the Trump administration, the stock market went whoop, zoom. Trump kept pumping that money into that stock market. I don't care what nobody say. The heck he was. Do your research. He was pumping money into the stock market. They always do. But here's the deal. When he was pumping money into the stock market, when you put money into it, yeah, what are you going to do? Are you shorting? Are you buying? You're going short, long. So when they were saying the Feds are putting money into the stock market, which of course they were all saying that, oh, they're putting money, they're putting money into the stock market. They were obviously, from what I could see, I would say going long. So when people were buying stock, kind of go up, people are making money left and right, boom, boom, boom. I mean, you could just like close your eyes, pick a stock, boom, cha-ching, make some money. Okay? Trump is a businessman. Do I agree with everything he says? Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Okay? He's a businessman. I was shocked to hear about him. I had no idea. And I wonder how she got there about that black lady that was homeless, and they said in Trump Tower, was living there years ago. One black lady homeless, and somehow she was able to get him there, and they ran and told him. Now, I would expect him to say she got to go. The black folks said, he said, well, just I guess it was just her. Let her stay. Okay? That was interesting to me. But I was thinking, wow, he let her stand. That was kind of surprising, because people are paying money. They don't want to see a homeless person. But I guess she kept it on the wraps, but she was obviously discovered based on what they say. Anyway, so Trump's putting money into the stock market. Okay? Keeping it going. He's a businessman. Can he be arrogant? Yes, child. Sometimes do we think we might need a muzzle on his mouth, a filter? I'm gonna say hell yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, turn it off. But that's who he is. And I'd rather deal with somebody who's like that than somebody in the face smiling and doing some dirt behind your back. Anyway, so Trump putting money into the stock market. It's going up, 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 just doing just great. Do you really think? Now, keep in mind, I said they can see what's in the accounts. They can see your trades. Here's the part about Wall Street. A retail investor, you got to be strong. This is not for the weak. Oh, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. A lot of people are losing so much money now, more than before. I have my phone ring. People I'm like, man, we have never discussed this before. You got people like now want to fire their financial planners, financial advisors. And I'm like, no, stop. Everybody lose money sometimes, and a lot of people are losing money. What Charles Payne just said last week, people are having a hard time with the retail investors. They can't read the market. Let me tell you why they can't read the market. It's always been manipulated, but here's the thing why. Just like Trump, during that time, they said the Feds are pumping money to the market, and the market's going up, you make a lot of money. You don't think this administration, they have been saying, get people back to work. So the companies probably lobbying for this administration, and he goes, got to get back to work, got to get people back to work. They know a lot of young people have started to invest and made a whole lot of money. they're not at the fast food anymore. One guy lost a lot of money, and don't be afraid if you lose money. Trust me, I understand. It's be frustrating. He went back to work at Wendy's. Took a little break. Next thing you know, he got invested and got back in on his game and bump. He said, I quit Wendy's today. You might have saw the video. I quit Wendy's today. Why? His account was up to $170,000. He didn't give up. Lost his money before, stepped back a little bit, need a little breather sometime, went back in, boom, shot up. He made $170K, quit Wendy's. So here's a point. Do you not find it interesting how they've been saying, and I've heard this, and maybe a lot, this is like recent, but months back, and even some last year, get Americans back to work. Get Americans back to work. They've been saying that. The Americans don't want to go. The Americans are being remote. The Americans, a lot of them started for the first time to invest during the Trump administration, and they started making money thinking it was ever so easy. Okay? You ever see the part when you're investing called open interest, and you can get an idea? I look at that. I track it, and sometimes it'll say that there's no guarantee, but they can see how the retail investor, how they're investing. They can see all the calls and puts. They can see that. And so a friend of mine, she said to me, I want to fire my advisor. He's losing money. And I told her not to. I said, maybe just wait. Everybody loses money. We all do. And I'm like, I told her, I said, here's the deal. I know you voted for Biden. That's fine. During Trump, the Feds pumped money into it. They've been saying that. And the stock market went up. You don't find it interesting. You don't, and again, this is just my thinking. You don't find it interesting that when they were hollering, and this was last year as well, oh, get folks back to work. They were saying all that. You don't find it interesting that all of a sudden the stock market, and sometimes I watch financial shows all day long, different ones. You don't find it funny that all of a sudden even the experts can't call this market? I'm talking about folks that sitting up. It's like, oh, this neighborhood, I can already tell you that. They're not millionaires, I know they're billionaires. B as in boy, you understand? B as in boy, billionaires. So you mean to tell me all these VCs got all this mess wrong? They didn't get it out at the Dollar Tree, boo-boo. No. The market is always manipulated. However, I was telling my friend, I think the reason a lot of people are losing money in the stock market, the worst ever. This never happened until during this administration. I call it what it is, okay? If it was Penelope's administration, the same thing. And people have the right to vote for whomever they want. I'm not going to dislike them, no. Some people say, hey, you know what? The Democrats, they believe in this here. I align with it. Girl, that's fine. Do you? Everybody's different. So, yeah, I'm not against you. But I'm going to just tell you my truth, okay? So you look at it, I'm like, so you don't find it interesting? They've been saying they want to get Americans back to work. Americans have too much cash. Some of those young people took that stimulus money and they started investing and they're not going back to work. Okay? They're not doing that. Do you not know, just like when they put money to the stock before and they just start flying, just throwing money at it, flying, when they put the money in, you have to tell it what to do. You just don't throw money and put a jar that it do its own thing. You got to make a move. What's your strategy? Are you going to go long? Are you going to go short? What do? You're buying, you're selling. What do you do? What are we doing here? So I told her, one way to get people back to work, if you're seeing that they're too flush with cash and that a lot of them use that stimulus money to go ahead and start investing and made a whole lot of money before, do you know one way to get people back to work? Don't forget, the banks get bailed out. And people said, oh, it ain't all government money. It's the bank's money. Let's get it. Do your research. Call a banker. It's the bank's money. A percentage is. When it comes from the government, it's the taxpayers' money. Now, some of that money for the fees and stuff from the bank, yeah, some of that goes in. But let's not pretend all that. And I know about them having it where they say all the banks are do some kind of insurance deal. They put the money in together to bail out somebody else. I'm totally cognizant of that. I'm aware of that. But stop and think. If you're complaining that people need to go ahead and get back to work, and you can see that all these young folks in the stock market, they've made a whole lot of money. Hell, I'm going to tell you myself. Last year, I got receipts. Well, I've cleared $20,000 to $30,000 a month. In 3 or 4 months, I made over $100,000. Uh-huh. You understand? So, and I'm sorry, that was the no. That was like the year, before my bad. So anyway, do you not know if we want to get people back to work, they are bailing out the big banks, okay? SVB. You don't think, and they can pump in money into Wall Street. So if you want to get people back to work and they're young and they're trading, working from home, they don't want to go to those jobs, you know what you could do? Just like Orange Head was putting money into it to make it buy and go up. You can see what the retail investors are doing, and big money, big banks, hedge funds. Know what they can do? They can short that stuff down so fast, make you drop. And then what happened? Retail investor got some calls. You're going to lose your money on options or your stock going to go down. So when Diana Prince made that comment, I hope it's you, because I think that's what you said about they don't want you to get rich if you're not already rich. Exactly. I've been saying it. And the folks I know, they all have money. You know, white people that have money. Oh, that is not true. Oh, the hell it is true. I believe that's my truth. I believe that. If you're not already rich, they want you to get rich. No. They don't want you to get. Are you kidding? You might get beside yourself. Gee, you might get off the hamster wheel and wake up and realize it was all a dream. They done gave you a dream. I'm sorry to say, like a pimp. If you work hard, hard work ain't guarantee nothing. People in poverty every day in this country working hard. Look at the video I did about old girl. She went and got a job and pay back some health benefits. Well, this place. Oh, so maybe they didn't tell you that. Maybe they didn't think you were gonna do that. But being so hard and industrious. Now she got a tax bill. I was just shocked. So this here, a lot of people losing money. What did Charles Payne say? He's like, they're having a hard time reading the market. You think so? I know people, and some people who do these investment things online, I know of them. There's been a change. Why? It's different. I listen to all kind of investment channels. So one way, and I'm not saying to be a hater, I'm just saying to me, it's common sense. One way to get people back to work on these jobs, which is going to be paying less money, and you can get them under control, see, is to go ahead. You can pump money into the market. You can see what the retail investors are doing. Oh, all of them doing this. And then you can take big money from the banks, the hedge funds, and the hedge funds, the bankers. Let's see, what they have in common. Those are the ones that get bailed out. Can you connect the dots here? And you can disagree. That's fine. They're the ones that's getting bailed out. So they're the ones, when they get bailed out, they can go ahead and see, oh, the retail investors, they're doing this right here to make a lot of money. Guess what? They can use that money that they have, or the money getting bailed out with, money to invest. And the market makers, they can make it go an entirely different way. Hello, manipulation. They can do that. And I think it's being manipulated so bad, some people are on the sidelines watching. So if you want to get people back to work and they start to invest and feeling a little bit more confident, oh, it's a way to do it. Look at how they're investing. Again, hello, they can see it. And some people, if you don't invest, you don't understand. That's different. I can't go into all that. They can see what you got going on. They can see the retail investor. And if it's going this way, they can change it. Boom, a whole bunch of dollars. And you wonder why they get bailed out? Somebody got to pull the strings. They can manipulate this market, and I believe that's what's happening. So then that way, people lose a whole lot of money. Get scared. I'm going to quit and go back to work. I'm going to quit and just get me a job. I got defeated. Some people, I've heard a person like, what happened? Blew up their account, which means all the money. I've blown up mine. Shoot. It's happened before. I told you about 70 G's before it happened. Still investing. Learn from learn from your lessons. But yeah. So stop and think. Why are they getting bailed out? It's a bigger play. And some people say, oh, that's a little far-fetched. You can do your truth, but I'm going to believe the ones that have the money. Because I said, this doesn't make any sense. All these people, these are people that run stuff. These are people, when it's time to go somewhere, they don't do like you and me, book us a flight. Okay, no, they hop on a jet. The business deal. So I'm like, that doesn't make. So I'm like, I got to thinking, all these folks saying the same thing, and I thought about it. The ones who are getting bailed out might be getting bailed out for a reason. As you can see, they're not bailing out the little guy. So now you're gonna type cut up on a small business. SVB wasn't a small business. So can't you put 2 and 2 together, boo? SVB wasn't a small business. Well, my opinion. I don't know how many employees they had. I'm sure it's more than 250 at that bank, and they had more than one location. But even if it was a small business, the money that they were built out on. So they're bailing out the banks. So why would you think they would do that? When it's time to manipulate, I said, wow, that's the way to get people right back to work. I think they want you on your hands and your knees. But oh my, we didn't like Orange Head. We didn't like Trump. It's not about like. I didn't like when I had to wait in line, as you saw in that video in front of Mar-a-Lago. It's like, oh my gosh, it was during a holiday, I think, when I showed you guys that video. Yeah, they're having a party or something. I wasn't invited, okay? And this person got to get out the car and go to the gate of Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. But stop and think. If you want people to get back to work, and a lot of people are investing, this last Thanksgiving, they didn't have so many people doing options. They said for like maybe since 2000 or 2002. So stop and think. If they're bailing, and this is not popcorn knowledge, if they are bailing out the banks, the big guys, and you got a lot of retail investors in Wall Street, and so many losing money, as what's his name said, love him to death. His personality is so funny. Rick Santelli, the retail investor is in it to make money. There's no more money left. What are they doing? Strangling the competition. Rick Santelli said on Squawk Box, the retail investor is in it to make money. There's no more money left. Why? You're being strangled. Why do you think, and again, it's my opinion, they're saving the big guys. If you want to go ahead, these folks trying to get rich. Oh no, you making that kind of money. Is this what Blue can do for you? I'm really disappointed. I was like, wow, you would think the Democrat. But then I started to see things, and I heard people say, they're anti-capitalist. And I'm like, nah. But now I'm looking at things a little differently. I said, huh. Am I saying Republicans are, hey, way to go? They're the best. I'm not saying that. But see, we get caught up in a title. Nobody can tell us anything. I'm letting you know. Add it up together. They're bailing out the banks. You got all these retail investors making money. Boy, these kids are doing good. They're not coming to these jobs. You're getting beside yourself. Some of them are sitting up here making a whole lot of money. And guess what? They were saying, I read an article, they're not going to the bank and getting loans. No, because what they're not going to do is you're like mom and dad and go ahead and sign a 30-year mortgage and then be a slave to a darn house. Some of them are sitting up here. They showed some who were making money in crypto in the same apartment that they had before, sitting on bean bags, holding their money, you're not going to control them. They're not going to be controlled by debt. Not doing it. So I told my homegirl, so that there, just like Trump put money into it, making it go up, up, up. Do you not think, as they are saving the big guys, not the little guys, they're saving the big guys, you don't think they can put money into it to make it go the other way? Oh, honey, they can. You can see a number. Oh, I like it's going pretty good. People are buying. So I can come in, big money can come in and just change it. The market makers, they can make it go the way they want to go. And in doing so, you out of money. Get on YouTube. You want to look at some people and, talk about, just Google something like how much, I lost a lot of money, losing a lot of money in the stock market. You'll see people, oh, I lost 40,000. One guy lost all his money, 24,000 and some change. Oh, one girl lost her life savings. More than one have. And that can happen. But this is a totally different stock market. Oh, it's totally different. You have too many people that are professionals, been in this game for 30, 40 years. And I thought about that man when he said it's rigged and he wrote that book. And I was like, wow. So just like Trump put money into it to make it go, you can make money. Put two and two together. Was complaining last year before. Get people back to work. Get them back to work. Get people back to work. The folks don't want to come to work. They're making money. Retail investors making money in crypto, making money in the stock market. So one way to do that, and I think a lot of people losing money right now, is to do the opposite. You can get big. Don't forget, the big guys are getting bailed out. The big guys, they can then turn around and they can exchange the market. That's why a lot of people, when I was making a lot of money, get the money quick and get the hell out. It can, and there's nothing new. It can go any moment. But yeah, so that's what I think. I told my homegirl, so that right there, I'm like, it's not just him, it's all around. Again, what did Charles Payne say on the show? They can't read the market because it has been heavily manipulated and it's not to your advantage. And some people will be like, oh yeah, I'm glad what they get because you're behind, don't invest. Newsflash for you. When they're doing that, what are they doing? Strangle competition. So I'm sorry to tell you, all this, I think it's BS. Be all you can be. It's a whole bunch of BS. If you're not behind the beltway, you're not the ones that's safe, you're not rich, I'm sorry to tell you, we got a hard road to hoe. Hate to tell you that. A hard road to hoe. The be all you can be, that's the BS line. What if, okay, they save SVB, they put all this money on people who are immigrants who had never paid into taxes. Why can't they save the small business? Why can't they save your job? But you're gonna be all you can be. You believe that? I'm sorry, like a pimp. I'm sorry. It's like a pimp game. So but the small business owner wasn't the one that messed up. SVB did. The big guys did. The small business owner didn't do it. Oh, but you're gonna pay the price. So they're gonna clamp down on you. So the ones at the top, they are already covered. They're protected. But the banks can then turn around and tighten up the credit. So that means the people that need the loan because they need the credit, that's why they're applying for it. They don't have the cash stashed anywhere. That's what's gonna hurt. And it's gonna hurt what? The small firms, the background of the American economy. That's what's gonna hurt. Generating innovation, growth, and jobs. Why can't they bail them out? Why are people sitting up like, wow, when I told you that prior video about the taxes and her health insurance, why can't they bail them out? I'm like, you got to pay a $6,000 bill. They but will they claw back the money on SVB? Are they going to claw back the money for all the illegal immigrants who were staying up in those hotels and getting food and then getting all choicy with it? Really? Guess she wants some eggs a la française for breakfast, huh? I don't want that sandwich. Are they going to claw back those dollars? Are they? But the American taxpayer, how will that person get ahead? And I was like, wow, she's not the only one. I also read something. You know how if you're self-employed, I think it's like $7,000 that you put in. It said it's not, and again, this is what I read. It's not deductible unless you make less around, was it 34 or 39,000 less? I can't remember. I think it was 34. And I thought about it. Who in the hell, if a person making $34,000, who in the hell, how are they gonna come up with $7,000 at one time to put into an IRA? It's gonna be very hard. So, ergo, I get it. The idea is to just say something where they can't deduct it. But under Trump, you were able to deduct that. Under Obama, you were able to. Why now? New tax law. Now you see why rich people, what do they say? They want to read. They have people, tax attorneys that will read the tax law ahead of time. I believe Robert Kiyosaki spoke about that. Way ahead of time. Why? To kind of plan it, see what's going on. We don't find out until we actually do it or we hear somebody else, hey, what's going on? So this here, how are you going to be all you can be? And again, Diana Prince, I totally agree. How are you going to be all you can be when they are strangling competition? When they're building these big guys out, they're protected. I don't care what you say, they're protecting them. And you can come on with your kumbaya all you want to. They are protected. The rest of us, we are not. We're your tax dollars. They are protected. Why? They're struggling competition. And they want to come up and you can be all you can be. Stop the lies. So like I told my friend, you met a financial advisor? No, honey, I've been trading for over 7 years. Yeah, we're on 7-year trading. I'm like, and I listen to people who've been trading, people that work with amounts of money I cannot come up with if my life depended on it. So that's why I said there's no way all these venture capitalists can be wrong. You don't sit up on those $7-10 million yacht and you just been guessing all this time and you slow and you know about the stock market, and that's how your money is made. All these people just cannot be wrong. So you kind of think about it. They're bailing out the big banks. But then can't those big banks, VCs and banks, they can see what's going on in the market, again, the market makers, and can't they determine it? Obama gave a whole bunch of money to the stock market. Yes, he did, honey. I was in Palm Beach at the time, so I think, was it like 2012 or so? Was it 2011, 2012? And they were talking about it. Oh, it was, yes, a whole lot of money to the folks in the stock market. And it was so hard. People were trying to do like those auction things in Palm Beach and they couldn't, because guess what? Those people in the stock market, they use those money to buy like a whole lot of neighborhoods. They have an auction, they'll come up with 50, 80,000 over ash. You don't stand a chance. And people trying. It was so bad it was a write-up in the Palm Beach Post. So what does that tell you? Yeah, Obama reportedly gave a whole lot of money. And I remember going to a party on the island, and you got all your little rich folks there, and you had an older white man, and he tried to be funny in his little card, and it had something about Obama on the back. And I said, "Well, isn't this something?" But these are same, but he pumping money into y'all's pockets over here. Gotcha, pumping money into your pockets. So this right here, my point is some people are going to get mad, and I understand. And this is not a video for just the average person because their attention span might be a little, different. It doesn't interest them. But I'm here to tell you, again, Obama gave a lot of money. They reported to the stock market people, to the people in the stock market. West Palm Beach, they were talking about it at the yacht club. Yes, honey. The marina. Flagler Drive. Go check it. Down the street from Bradley's. Y'all see me walking a video before in that area. So Obama did that. So what does that tell you? People say, "Oh, that's not true. I've been told." No. Just the way the money was a lot easier doing the Trumpster, pumping money into it to make it go up. They can see what the retail investors are doing. And if they want to bring you down, they seem to like a lot of socialism, you know what I mean? And socialism and capitalism, too, they're not intertwined. So one way to do that is to do what? If you're seeing retail investors make a lot of money, they don't want you to get rich. They don't want you to get rich. So they can have those VCs, venture capitalists, turn that all around. You think you're gonna make some money? Boom. They can make it turn just like that. And that's why you're having all these people having all these issues. Not before I'm getting out the market. That's what they want. Why? They don't want you to get rich. Why are they billing out SVB and companies, savings and loan? But look who's gonna pay the price. Small businesses. So what do you see what's happening here? When you're not getting, they're the ones that are bailed out, it lets you know the whole game is rigged. And I'm sorry, it is not fair. It is rigged. It's not fair. So all this be all you can be, it's not. That's why if you're trading, man, when they get green, I say grab it. Seriously, just grab it. If it's starting to go red too long, do not. I will advise you not to hold on. Grab it. So how are you going to be all you can be when it's been determined they're going to go ahead and take care of certain people? You mess up on a job, you get fired. SVB, they're bailing them out. And people say, well, they had to bail them out because of the consequences. Well, quick question. Let's see, when these small businesses that need these loans can't get them, guess what? That's determining their future. Somebody might get laid off. Why? They didn't get bailed out. Well, that can determine their future. That can determine generational wealth or not. That can determine if that business is able to survive or not. Oh, and don't forget, some got those SBA loans and about to go under. You still own that loan. Let's see if they're going to forgive that debt. Not. So it's all a scam, all a dream. If you're the little person, I'm sorry to tell you, do not believe what you've been told. We've all been told. If you work hard and bah humbug. It's all, I'm sorry, it's all a scam. So I told my friend that, and she's like, want to invest. I said, just think about it. We need to get all the people back to work. If you want to, an educated society is a dangerous society. So if a lot of people were for it, and there's so much, like I said, there's so much participation in the stock market. if you can kind of get them out of there, the retail investor, and they start losing money, they're going to get scared, going to get a job, and guess what? They got you back where they want you. On that hamster wheel, got you back where they want you. But you think you're so free. You think you're so, if I just work hard. A many person worked hard and right now losing their house. Yeah. A many person has worked 2 jobs, losing their apartment, getting that car repoed. So I'm sorry. It is not reality. It is fixed. And that's it. It's fixed. And if it's fixed, that determines who's at the top and who's on the bottom. It's fixed. So yeah, so small businesses, the tighter lending standards resulted from the financial crisis. They've been hurt. Who's going to bail out the small business? They're not going to, because why? It's fixed. And they only want to bail out certain people at the top. So, oh, you got the dream, the American dream. That's what it is. What is a dream? I might dream I had $10 million. Wake up to reality, not. It's fixed. How can you get ahead? You can't. If someone bailed you out of your situations, you'll be happy. People that have lost, I have a friend of mine. I'm like, wow, you got a house that's $780,000 and it's not paid for. If you're retired right now, you don't want a whole lot of losses in the stock market, and that's where your money is. That's not a $3,000 a month house note. So this here, the angry American, if you wake up and maybe just kind of look and see what's going on, listen to other people, they can have more money than you. Don't think, well, I don't want to hear them. No, just listen. You will figure some things out. Now, popcornage people, they're gonna always be dumb. Because they want some quick stuff. You gotta tell me right now in 3 minutes. And that's why when stuff happens, popcornage people, they're never prepared. Bad things can happen, never prepared. Can't figure it out. Why? Because you have to think, and they're not used to doing that. So the video's gone a lot longer than I anticipated. But yeah, I told my friend, I said, you think about it. You were not saying this. I'm just going to be honest. And you're pro-Trump. Think whatever you want to think. You weren't saying this during that administration. You weren't saying I can't write this off during the tax years of Trump. This is a whole new administration. Do you understand? And a lot of money has been spent. It's gotta go somewhere. It's gotta come somewhere. They've already they expect because of $2.5 trillion they expect to collect off income tax. Woo! 2.5 trillion expected to collect off income tax. People getting back less money. So how you gonna get ahead? Hate to bust your bubble. It's fixed. Retail investors, different things happening. I understand you can make some money a little bit harder. I mean, you're not going to tell me all these people who are VCs, wealthy, rich. You're not going to tell me that all of them got it wrong. So I'll put 2 and 2 together. That's one way to stop wealth. The market makers. And you can also look on YouTube. There's a guy that does it about, how to beat the market makers. Oh, yeah. So that if you look at that, the market makers, what the guy said it's rigged, it's fixed. That's why a quick opinion, a quick move. All is trying to hold on for some. I don't know about that, but yeah. So yeah, it's all fixed. It's it's a scam. So people, and if you work hard, ma'am, sir, bye. Anyway, thanks for watching. Again, a long video, but I wanted to show you this and share just my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Simply Said here on YouTube. I'm out. And guess what? Vote for whomever you want to vote for. It's fine. Guess what? I still love you. Bye.